Hello and welcome back to the Insurance Guru. My name is Ayanda Malele and thank you so much for tuning in once again as we talk about my favorite subject, insurance. So today I've invited somebody who has got a long journey with insurance but also with banking, and I just want to get into his head as to where he is today and where he started. His name is Fulu and he is currently the executive head for data and analytics, right, at Standard Bank. And I want to get into his head a little bit more. So hello, thank you so much, Fulu, for having this conversation with me.
Thank you for having me, Ayanda.
So as I said that you have got this long journey and your career started off in actuarial science.
Yes.
How did you get into actuarial science coming from high school? Was your first thought that you want to be an actuary?
No, actually, right? So it's kind of a funny story, right? So when I went to university, I actually wanted to become a mechanical engineer, right? I went to Cape Town, right, hoping to study mechanical engineering. And when I arrived there last moment, someone just said, if you're good in maths, this is something great to do. And I just jumped into it. I didn't even know what actuarial science was.
So I'm assuming from this story that your results in matric were kind of not as bad as most of us, right?
They were okay.
Okay probably means A's and B's are the disappointment, right? Okay, and then from doing actuarial science, I see that you've got a lot of background in finance, but IT and so forth. Take me through your journey from finishing university to then starting to work.
Yeah, so I think actuarial science it exposes you to a lot of different things. So you get exposed to finance, accounting, programming, maths, which is processing data within the stat side. So you get a taste of everything. And when I started my work, I was exposed quite a lot with data. So I was working within the actuarial department of a reinsurer, right? And that's where my love for data really grew quite a lot. And I started drifting away from actuarial science over time into more data science.
That's exactly what I saw with your CV. And I thought to myself, okay, now we went through a lot of data. There's a lot of data in your CV. How did you then go back into insurance again?
Yeah, so it was another opportunity that came, right, to make a difference. So after I left insurance, I joined banking in Standard Bank in 2017. And I had such a great career, right, within bank. It was a new field, learning new things. So I'm always very much energized by learning new things. And the opportunity came to go back to insurance at the right time, and I took it.
All right. I also see that there's a little bit of an entrepreneur in you.
Yeah.
Is that something that comes with, studying this course and looking at numbers and data, or is this just something innate within you?
So I think it's not innate, right? Is the environment, is the nature around it. So I grew up among entrepreneurs. My dad used to come with a baggie full of tomatoes, and I used to sell them in the market. My mom grows chickens, and she still does. So it is in the family. So I grew up within that entrepreneurial family. And I think the first year I started working, I registered my first company. So I've always been trying to do something, obviously in the field that I like, which is tech, programming. So that's where I've been focused.
All right. If I'm currently in matric and considering studying anything actually and looking into insurance and these kind of financial institutions, what kind of personality or I think aptitude do I need to have? What kind of skills and personality do I need in order to make a success in a career like yours?
Yeah, so I think you have to try to find what you love, right? So it's not always, obvious, right? And you don't necessarily have to love one thing. So you might find that there's 10 different things that you like, but, you just need to discover that one thing. And from a skill set perspective, you can always acquire skills. So it's more the attitude, right? That you really need to work hard for what you want. And at least if you like what you're doing, it's much easier, for you to put the effort to work hard for it. And you can learn any skills, right? And within the field, there's quite a lot of different things that you can do. right? You can get involved in the pricing, underwriting side of things. You can get involved in the marketing. There's the finance side. There's the tech side, data science. So there's a lot of different fields within the insurance space.
Have there been some days where you think, what on earth was I thinking getting into this in the first place?
Well, few days.
It happens.
It does happen, So they say, like, if if you're not being challenged, then you're doing something wrong. So my job has been challenging throughout my career. Right? So I've had a lot of difficult problems to contend with, right? And that's what has built me to be where I am today.
And looking at, what you started studying and where you are now, but I know that everyone has got certain perceptions of actuaries, What do you think is misunderstood about actuaries?
Whoa, there's a lot of stereotypes.
Yeah.
Right. So, one of the big stereotypes is that actuaries are introverted and they just want to sit behind their desk. There are some who are, but it's not all of them. So there are some actuaries who are out there. And the other misconception is associating actuaries with, call it the old industry, only like old insurance, old pension. There is quite a lot of applicability of actuarial skills in the new industries, like within data science. You can apply your actuarial techniques across various industry outside insurance.
Actually, that would probably be the one thing that might drive people away to say, I don't want to just work in insurance, whereas there's a plethora of things you can get yourself involved in.
Yes, and it gives you optionality. If you go into the actuarial field, you can work as a traditional actuary, or you can branch into the data science AI space because you have the fundamentals to enter the space.
So I think for me personally, I'm not a numbers person, but I just wanted, if I could be an actuary, I'd do it for the money. Is there money? Because that's the assumption, is like the actuaries make a lot of money.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting question, right? So it depends how you see it, right? So maybe for other people it might not be like a lot of money, right? But from where I came from, I felt like, okay, this is something good, right? But it's not the only field where you can be successful.
No, true.
So it's really, really important that you find what you love, what you can commit to, because at some point money is not enough of a motivation for you to go through the mountains that you'll have to climb.
True.
Yeah.
I'd also assume that there has to be a lot of it's EQ and IQ that is involved in tackling such a qualification and actually working in an industry like yours.
Yeah, so there's a lot of hard work that's involved, right? And I suppose, like, the technical aspects, you just need to get to grasp them. But the EQ component is important, especially when you want to go into the leadership space, because for you to be able to deliver, you need more people. You have dependency across various departments, dependency outside the company. So you really need to know and start to understand how people tick, right, and how you can collaborate with them for the better good.
No, thank you so much for this chat. Is there anything that you'd like to tell this little girl or boy that wants to study this? And what would your last parting words be?
Yeah, so my last parting word will be believe in yourself, right? So nothing worthwhile is ever easy. So, you shouldn't walk away because, they say that it's hard. If you believe in yourself and you push, you aim for the stars, and you might be at the moon.
Thank you so much for having this chat with us today. I hope I've inspired some of you as well if you want to get into insurance, actuarial science, or even data analytics and beyond. So, thank you for coming and sitting with us. And I will put his details. Can I put your LinkedIn profile below so that if they want to follow you, ask you some questions, etc., they can do so. Yeah. But otherwise, if you are happy to see this content, please click like. Remember to subscribe, tell your cousins to also subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.